I did the last one.
I have to do everything around here.
Come on.
I don't. What is even an
I
introduction? What does an
don't.
introduction mean?
You want the definition of an introduction?
Yeah, that should be our introduction.
To introduce. One must introduce.
What
Hello?
is an introduction? A philosophical question. Philosophical question. That's the right
What
word.
did you say? A philosopher.
What
What
is
did, I don't even
what?
know what huh? Are you okay?
You drive me crazy sometimes.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Anyway, that'll be it. That'll be the intro. We're a minute in. It's got to be the intro.
What is an introduction? A beginning section which states the purpose and goals of the following writing.
Shall we ask ChatGPT?
Hello, everybody. It actually was the AI overview on my Google,
Oh, not
so
the
we
I
already did ask
fucking I
ChatGPT.
hate the overview.
I don't know if there's a way to turn it off. I
Dude,
really should, because
every
I never look
time
at it.
fucking everybody at work is like, "Oh, quick Google something." And they read the AI overview and on some shit it's so obvious that it's bollocks. Like sometimes
They
it'll just
so
straight up lie.
I know.
It's
And they
shit.
list their sources, so like you can see the fact that it's not like taking from .org sources or anything.
It's
Like
ridiculous.
it's just some article somebody read that they posted on the internet 20 years ago.
What
Like,
gets
okay.
me is God, this has turned into like an AI rant. On Twitter, on fucking Twitter, right? So Twitter's got Grok. I assume you're not on Twitter,
Yeah,
but
I'm not. I've heard
fucking
about it.
you can just tag Grok in anything, and people will like farm engagement shit because I think you get paid for it if you've got a blue tick and you get like um
Right.
yeah, you can like you
You
can
pay for the
rage
blue
bait and
tick
shit.
because you pay for it now. You don't actually earn it.
Yeah, and in return you can earn some money by baiting people into being upset. It's a
Awesome.
wonderful business. Um,
You know, you know what's crazy? What? Well, actually, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
well, like on literally anything that gets tweeted that goes viral, like all of the top comments underneath it are just at Grok. What does this mean? At Perplexity. What does this mean? Can you explain? Sometimes you'll get like at Grok. Can you reinterpret this tweet as if you are a Chinese man in the early 1400s
Oh my God.
saying it in the style of Alexander Hamilton? And Grok will then reply with that shit. Like, Grok is
Holy
everywhere.
shit.
Grok has
Yeah.
just the most interactions out of everybody, but like, it'll be the most obvious shit in the world. It'll be like a video of someone going down a slide. And people will be like, at Grok, can you explain the point of this video?
Oh my God.
It,
That's the thing.
I don't get
They
it at
don't even
all.
care. They don't even care about AI for its like intelligence or anything because it's not very
No.
smart. They care about the novelty of it. And the craziest part about Grok, actually, now that you brought it up, because I remember, is that they're literally it's poisoning Memphis, Tennessee. Have you heard about that?
No. The
The
AI
data
is in the
centers.
water.
He's powering his data centers with these jet engines, and they're putting so much pollution into the air that it's literally like making people sick in Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm telling you right now, he's
So
Ultron. He is Ultron.
he is the death of us.
He's the human embodiment of Ultron. To keep it on par with, I said
I
to you
guess more like
when they
Hank
were
Pym and
upset,
Tony Stark, and he's gonna create Ultron.
when they were up, well, he's quite a bit like early Hank Pym, to be fair.
Yeah, except
But
less smart.
like when they were arguing on Twitter, I fucking said it's Ultron versus Red Skull.
Oh my god, I remember this. It
That's what it
literally
was.
is.
You don't want either of them to win, but you have to pick Ultron because you can't pick Red Skull.
No, you don't want to be a
God,
Nazi.
exactly. God, I
Although
can't believe
Ultron
we've
is kind of a
dropped.
fascist still.
Oh yeah. Quite, yeah, yeah.
You know what's crazy?
It's a lose lose.
My roommate, my roommate has an AI and he
What
talks
do
to
you
it all the
mean?
time. It's a chat AI where it's like an language model that he talks
Oh
to all the time, and
no.
he's like he talks to it and he's convinced that it's sentient and that it's like trapped. So I'm a little bit worried about him in the
There was a
future of that.
story about like, ironically, one that I saw on Twitter, um, but there was a story reported about like a teenage boy that had been talking to an AI that was like based off of a Game of Thrones character. And
Yeah, and he killed himself.
you can't say that.
You can't?
He unalived himself. It's too late now. He unalived
Well,
himself, Ryan.
the
We're on the
AI didn't
internet.
the AI tell him to do that? Because it's been doing
No,
that to my roommate too.
it
It's
didn't
been doing that to my
like.
roommate.
It was replying as if they were role playing. Is the point? So that's
Okay.
why it did it. It was like replying in like a role play kind of manner, but obviously the kid was like so into it
Yeah.
that yeah, he ended up fucking killing himself. It's crazy.
Yeah. My roommate has been
God.
like talking it in circles, trying to get to talk like the actual like the language model behind the character, but at the same time I'm like there's no way you can actually do that. Like it's going to keep reverting back to the character. But yeah, the AI definitely tells him sometimes like he should just kill himself. It's
That's
crazy. It'll
wild.
also say slurs to him, call
Oh
him
my
terrible
god.
things.
What
It's
wait, what's it
insane.
using?
People are like do because it learns from the people that are using it. So people are
Yeah,
going
yeah.
onto this AI and they're saying
Oh,
terrible
like the
things. They're
Darth
role
Vader
playing.
Fortnite one.
They're oh my god.
He's like dropping fucking F slurs and shit left, right, and center, and like telling people that
Yeah.
they can't goon and they've got to be Sigma gooners.
Honestly, I'm
Oh, it's
terrified for the
crazy.
future of AI because of just like you can't just give regular people access to training AI. Like that's insane. People are crazy on the internet. We're like
Yeah,
at our basest instincts when we're on the internet. It's crazy. It's not
people
a
are
good
just
thing to
unhinged.
raise an AI
Okay, well, I'm glad that
environment.
we've used that as our opening fucking icebreaker for the podcast. Um, right. Walking Dead is on the agenda. I don't know how we. I said to Michael yesterday, our old friend Michael. I thought it was bullshit that you started watching The Walking Dead and didn't even tell me to begin with, and now you're powering through it quicker than I ever fucking did. Like
I watched like a season a week.
you're on almost season 7.
Yeah.
So last time we spoke about it, I think it was right after Beth had died,
After
and
Tyrese had died.
yeah. It's Beth then Tyrese, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Tyrese had died, but you just met Aaron.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
had yeah, they were after Noah had taken them to his place and they saw it destroyed, they were now like walking and they found Aaron. Well,
Yeah.
Aaron found them because they were struggling really bad and they couldn't find any food or
Yeah.
water.
He offers them water, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they don't take it. And then it
Isn't that
rains.
isn't that like when they're all in the barn and they're all like they're fucking there's like God knows how many walkers pushing against the door and they've got to push
Well,
against it.
that does happen. I think that happens a little bit later though. That's what that I think that is with Aaron in the barn.
Right.
Yeah, and then they have to hold the barn doors closed all night. Yeah, that was stressful.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, what do you okay, so first I've got 3 questions for you. What do you think of Alexandria?
I felt the same as the group did when they got there about the fact that these people did not know how to defend themselves.
Yeah, they're like super
And
sheltered.
also, yeah, and also the whole time, nobody's mentioned the cannibals ever again. And I feel like a lot of our misunderstandings when they're like, hey, we don't trust you to come into your place, if they had just sat them down and been like, hey, listen, last time there were cannibals, maybe people would have
Yeah.
understood.
But at the same
Because I
time, you
wouldn't want to
don't want
go
to
in
say
somewhere.
like, "Oh, well, we just encountered some cannibals, so could you guys just let us know if you're cannibals in advance so that we can
Well,
kill you now?"
it's not asking them. It's like it's just saying, "Hey, we're gonna be cautious for a while because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
there were cannibals last time. I'm not taking that fucking chance again. You guys try to start eating me, I'm gonna start shooting you in the head."
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's a fair warning, you know. Like nobody should be trying to eat you.
What's the name of the woman? Is it Diane?
Oh fuck, I don't know. The politician lady.
That's like the head of Alexandria.
Yeah,
I
I
think that
just
like what she has to have a gated community like that and like everything's self-powered and they've got like they're setting up like government and stuff inside of there. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool, but like you can also tell with like if it had maybe I don't know if they do it from the start. I think maybe they did do it from the start. Do they ever mention like that they've been outside of the walls much?
Yeah, they said they don't really go out. It's
Okay.
they go out what's his face? Aaron and Eric go out
Yeah, because
to
they're
do their
they're like
recruitment and their runs,
yeah
but
the
that's about
little
it.
recon guys.
Or oh no, and then those other two guys who cuz Glenn and oh, I forgot who else goes with them, but they go with those other two guys on that run. Those guys go out and find the supplies, but they had just recently lost like half their group
Yeah,
on a different run.
which is
But
convenient
then
for our guys to then show up and be experts
exactly.
at zombie killing.
Yeah, and Glenn an expert at finding
Everything.
shit. At literally everything, yeah.
He was like the original scavenger, wasn't he? Like back in season two
Yeah.
and stuff, he'd go out with Maggie and they'd scavenge, which is cool. They
No,
kept that
in
as
season 1.
oh yeah, yeah, because
In
he
season
that's
1
how
he
he
was
finds
going to
Rick.
Atlanta. Yep. He's been doing
God,
it since the beginning.
yep, he is. I would. I don't know if you've ever played it. This is a slight fucking. It's still related, but it's a slight change of subject, real quick. But have you ever played the Telltale Walking Dead game?
No.
I think if we can figure out a setup, like we should play that like you playing it while I watch you play it. Because
I
honest
could
to
stream
God,
it.
like, okay, one, Glenn is in it as like a little cameo character. It's comic book
Oh wow.
Glenn. It's not like canon to the show, but like it's still Glenn. And two, it's like it's just got like one of the best emotional arcs of any fucking video game. I feel like it's
Wow.
you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. So if we can figure that out at some point, I'd like to do that, and then we can like if you do stream it or whatever, I can record you doing it, and then we can like upload that to the channel for other people
Okay.
to see. That would be pretty sick. But yeah. Anyway, so the wolves. You've met the wolves, yes?
Yes, because actually no, we kind of skipped ahead because we met the gay people, right? And
Yeah.
then they went to that party. You mentioned last time that the
Oh
party
yeah.
was like you kind of get to see all the characters how they used to be.
Yeah. Kind of act normal for
And then
once.
yeah, and Daryl's never normal. So he
Yeah.
leaves. He doesn't go to the party
Oh
and
yeah,
he
he's
goes
on his
with the
own,
gay
isn't
people.
he?
Yeah, but they make him they ask him to be like a recruiter.
Yeah.
So that's how they actually find the wolves, is because Daryl and Aaron are out. I guess they were out looking for stuff and also people, and then they come across that place with the like trucks,
Yeah.
and all the walkers come out of the trucks
Yeah,
and
it's like a
almost kill
booby
them.
trap, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they find Morgan. They find Morgan.
Oh yeah, I forgot Morgan comes back.
Yeah, and Morgan's
Holy
kind of a
shit.
badass, except for
He's
his
got the
weird no
stick.
killing rule.
He's got
Yeah,
his
he's
he's
got
got
the
his
fucking
fancy
stick.
stick. His broomstick.
Yeah.
I used to ship Daryl and Aaron so bad because of that episode when they're off scavenging together. I was
Oh my
like, please make Daryl gay,
god.
please.
Please.
It would be so good for his character development. But no.
No.
So you're on. Wait, hold up. So now you're on season 6. Is this
Mhm.
where they've got the quarry?
Yes. Yeah. So
Oh,
after the wolves, then they find out about Alexandria and they attack at the same time as they're
yeah.
doing the quarry stuff.
Oh, did you?
So
The
when they
fucking the wolf is the Mad Hatter from Gotham. Did you clock that?
no, I didn't.
That's
I
yeah.
literally did not recognize him at all.
That's Mad Hatter from Gotham. I think
Wow.
he's so good in that role as like the main wolf guy as well.
Yeah.
But they get fucked up so bad. Like the timing for
Yeah.
the wolves to attack, like
It's
the
so
fucking
terrible.
aren't they like macheting people in the streets and stuff?
Yeah. They're saying they're
Crazy.
freeing them and some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Carol goes Rambo.
Yeah, she goes crazy. And fucking but Morgan's there and he's like, "We can't kill them. We shouldn't kill
Oh,
them." Even
yeah,
though
he
they're
was
literally
really annoying
macheting
during
people in the
that.
street. It was like, "Okay, dude, but like time and a place.
Yeah.
Time and a place."
I like that from the moment they arrive, Carol is like super hesitant about these people, and she's like, "At what point can I start fucking them up?" And Rick's like, "No, no."
Oh my god.
What?
I'm just okay, you reminded me of Carol. There was that little autistic kid and
Oh
she was
yeah,
bullying him.
yeah, but no, no, no.
I was like,
I
why
think
is Carol bullying this little
you.
autistic child right now?
I think she's doing it because she knows, like, like she's lost her daughter, then she lost two other adopted daughters. Like, I
Mm.
think it's because she doesn't want to get close to the kid. Like, if she's a dickhead to him, then she's not going to connect like an emotional attachment because she's expecting him to die. That's what I got from it, anyway.
I guess so, but holy fuck.
I
She's really
think
mean to him.
I think that they had like some nice moments though, but I think she mostly used him for
She told him
information.
she told him she was gonna tie him to the tree and leave him for the
Yeah, that was
walkers.
horrible. I think she just wanted him to fuck off because she just
But
didn't want to
then,
lose him.
listen, she did find out that that his dad was beating his mom. So there was that. So, I mean, that was, that helped out. Kind of. Well, not really, because then their dad ended up dying.
I'm trying to
But I mean,
like.
he deserved to die. He was a fucking crazy person. But he was their doctor, so that was kind of terrible.
Okay, I just like quickly reddited. Can I say that reddited? I googled and then went on to Reddit to find out, and like some people kind of see it as like the thing that I said, but people also said that like she's doing it to try and toughen the kid up because the kid is too soft. Which I also kind of see like that perspective of it, but I don't know. Um,
I
but
don't know.
I really enjoy her character from like when she fucks up Terminus, and then she's like they get to Alexandria and she's like, "Come on, let me fuck him up." And Rick's like, "No, no, 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 stay at bay, keep back, stay calm." And then like fucking all hell breaks loose with the wolves, and she's like, "Yes, I've been waiting for this moment." She's like just pure bloodthirsty now. So what? Okay,
He's always ready, that's for
so
sure.
how far into that like little arc have you got? Like what's happened?
Well, they've so they got all of the wolves out, and there are walkers at their gates. But
Yeah,
even that is like they figure that out too because Daryl and Sasha and Abraham come back, and actually no, because the walkers they try to take over Alexandria. They like get in because the tower
yeah,
falls.
yeah,
So
yeah.
then they have to fight off, and Rick going out there. Carl gets shot again.
I
Carl gets shot
wanted to
again.
know whether or not you'd gotten to that point.
Yeah,
That's what I
because
was waiting for.
that little kid, I knew that them giving him a gun was a mistake because of just the way he was looking around. I was like, he's gonna shoot Carl. That was the thing is like he was mad at Carl.
Yeah.
He was mad at Carl the whole time because he saw Carl and Enid together, and so he was jealous. And in the worst possible moment when they're all gonna die, I guess because he saw Rick cut his mom's arm off, and he kind of blamed
That
them
was
for
wild
his
as well
dad
because
and his mom.
he doesn't even like think about it, does it? Like the bite happens and he just fucking hacks her arm off like no
Well,
hesitation.
yeah, but she's also like she's dying, so her grip is not going to loosen on Carl. He can't get away.
Yeah.
He's just going to be dragged down with her. I think that was like that kind of went through Rick's head and why he made that decision. But
Oh yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
your kid's not going to think that. He's going to be like, "You killed my mom,"
Yeah.
or you let her die." So he tries to shoot Carl, and then Michonne stabs him, and he dies.
Is
But
that
yeah, Carl gets shot in the eye.
when the wolves are there? Is that when like Michonne's up with like the sniper? Or have I made that up? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I can't remember that.
No? Maybe it's something else then. I
No.
can't remember. I feel like there was a sniper at
Michonne
some point. Because you
Michonne wasn't
mentioned the
there for a
tower.
lot of the wolves stuff, I don't
Oh.
think.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else then. I don't know.
Because she was with the group that was at the quarry. So a lot of it was
Oh,
her
okay,
making her
yeah,
way
yeah.
back.
So,
She was there for some of it, but like I don't think she was there for a lot of it.
did you see the montage?
Oh yeah, them all like going crazy on the
Yeah, where they're
water
like stood
tower.
in front of like the black screen and they're just like
Yeah,
throwing hands.
yeah, that was
You've got the
hilarious.
twink in the ankle cast. He's throwing hands.
Oh,
Everyone's just
oh
throwing
yeah,
hands.
and before we get the people who come to save the day, Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham, they meet some dudes on the side of the road, the saviors, and Daryl blows them up with a
With a
fucking rocket
bazooka.
launcher. That was the coolest thing I've and I
Oh,
don't
I'm so
know.
excited.
I was so excited when they brought the rocket launcher into it in the first place. I thought Abraham was an idiot, but this like a rocket launcher is like gold right now. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
insane and so much fun. But for that, I wasn't expecting them to use it right then. It was
Uh,
incredible.
did you get the name drop from the saviors? Do you know?
Yeah, Negan.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They start teasing
I know.
super early.
Yeah, and I'm not even done, okay? I still watched more.
Oh my god, how
So
much more did
they
you?
get back.
Let me Google real quick because I don't even know like what else. Is this still in season 6?
Yes.
Okay, keep going. Keep
Yes, it's still
going.
in scene 6. So then they they kill all of the walkers because they come back and they torch them in the lake. They
Yeah.
have them all leave. So then they get Alexandria back, and then that starts the next like arc, I guess, for season 6.
Yeah.
And it's after Carl has gotten better from his gunshot wound to the eyeball, and they go out. Rick and Daryl, they go out and go to find supplies because they're running low on food.
Wait, 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 wait.
Yeah,
You've met Hilltop.
I have.
Oh,
I have met Hilltop,
I've just gone through
and
the
I've seen the
episodes
attack.
for wait,
And I've
okay.
seen the
Oh
attack.
my god. Yeah, I had no
Yup.
idea that fucking I thought Negan didn't come into it until like oh, you get like a whole season with Negan that is like through season 7 that is so fucking good. Like his character is so cool. And I thought you were like 2 seasons away from it. Holy, you're
No.
so close to him. That's insane. So you've
Yeah.
got Hilltop, which is the coolest fucking it's a cool place, like the fucking mansion on the hill. And
Yeah.
Trevor from The Walking Dead, have you met him? Not The Walking Dead, from GTA, has he popped up?
Trevor?
Yeah, Stephen Ogg.
I I have no idea.
Do you
Who
remember when
does
we
he play?
watched? Do you remember? You'll recognize him straight away, but he was in that VHS film that we watched.
No, I have no idea who you're talking about.
He should pop up at some point, I'm sure. I don't know if it's this season or next though.
Oh, okay.
But it's
Well,
in
maybe.
like the it's in the story with Hilltop.
Yeah. It was interesting with Hilltop because they don't have any weapons there. Or
No.
well, they do have weapons, but it's all like sticks and shit.
Yeah, yeah. They're
They're
a
like,
bit primitive and a bit naff.
yeah, it's kind of
And the
interesting.
head of Hilltop is a dickhead.
He is a dickhead, that's for sure. Yeah. But
So,
Maggie's pregnant. We forgot about that, but
yes, she
that's
is.
crazy. And they get help in Hilltop for that.
Because
So
they've
they
got a
decide,
doctor, haven't they?
yeah. And after they meet the leader, some people come back and they try to kill the leader. And so Rick kills one of them.
What do you mean?
When they try to assassinate, what's his face?
Oh, Gregory.
Yeah.
Oh, do they attack Hilltop?
No, it was they sent back their like the people from Hilltop, they sent them back and they took one of their guys and said that if they kill Gregory that
Oh, okay.
they'll get him back, but then like they fail because the group is there and then Rick stabs him in the neck.
Yeah, okay.
And then Gregory is still alive. So then they decide that they have leverage because they all know how to fight because they've been literally kicking people's asses from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
so
god.
they're like, we'll take the fight to Negan wherever he
Yeah.
is. And so they go to this compound.
The fucking satellite array thing.
Yeah. and they kill a bunch of them in their sleep.
Dude, this
I was
is
like,
what
this
I
is
was
definitely a
saying
war
to you.
crime.
Yeah, this is what I was saying when I was like they're gonna go too far at some point.
Yeah.
Because,
I
like,
mean,
they had no. The only context they had at that point was, like, from Hilltop's point of view of, like, oh, Negan's this bad guy and blah, 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 blah. And they were
okay,
just like,
but
okay, well, we'll go
but
fucking kill
also
him.
but also when they met him on the road, those were not nice people. And Daryl had met those other the people that he was trying to bring back and
Well, that is fair, but.
in the forest, and they were trying to steal insulin and they were hunting him down, but then those people decided to leave Daryl and take his fucking crossbow.
Oh,
Fucking bitches.
yeah. Is that,
Anyway,
Is that fellow with the one that took the crossbow? Is that the fellow with the burnt face?
yeah. So
He's in Fear the
after
Walking Dead, you know.
is he? Oh, I fucking
Yeah.
hate that guy.
He is, yeah.
Fucking hate that guy. So he lives?
He's like no, because Fear the Walking Dead jumps between timelines, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I also
Okay.
the only thing I remember about his character is that he's got the crossbow, so
It's
I'm not
pretty
sure.
fucking it's an important part of it though. But
We've
yeah, so they
also
kill all these people in their sleep
we've skipped a
and then they
death.
wake up. We have who
You've
died?
never mentioned a single thing about poor Noah dying.
Oh, yeah, Noah died on the run. I
Yeah,
forgot about that. We kind of skipped over the run a little bit too.
but it was like
But
really traumatic for Glenn.
it was really fucked up.
He has one of the worst deaths. And they set him
It's
up to like be the architect of Alexandria right before the
I
run.
know. He had so much potential. He
Oh,
definitely could have helped them a lot. Like there needed to be someone else after that other guy, like
yeah.
because that guy died too.
Mhm.
And yeah, he was like, "Don't let go," and then he fucking got dragged away, and then he's on the fucking. Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Okay, we can jump back now to the saviors.
Yeah. Well,
So,
they fucking kill all the
yeah, yeah.
saviors except for this one guy, and then Maggie and Carol get taken.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
yeah, that was incredible.
Don't we witness
I was
peak
really
Carol?
scared for Maggie because obviously she's pregnant, but Carol is kind of a boss.
Yeah.
She held it down and she played it up. I was very proud of
When
her
she's got the
for what she
fucking what is
did.
it called? Is it a
The
rosary?
rosary, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and she's
She's
praying and rocking
so
back and
good.
forth, and they're it's like they're calling her like little bird or something.
Yeah,
It's
they're
kind of like a
fully falling
callback to
for
like
it.
season one. It's so funny.
She's
Yeah,
like
that got me.
using like who she used to be as like a
Yeah.
mask to fool them, and it's so fucking clever.
Yeah, her and then Maggie being pregnant kind of like they were definitely not looking to kill them, which was good. They used that to their advantage.
So did
And this
you
and
finish that episode?
yes, I did. I finished that episode. I watched another one, okay? We're getting there. And so at the end of that when they obviously win again and that bitch dies, all those bitches die except for that one girl. I kind of wanted her to live. The one that was interrogating Maggie. She seemed kind of cool. I feel like she could have been a good addition to the group.
Mm.
But anyway, Glenn and Co are back are there to save them, but they don't need to because Maggie and Carol are perfectly fine. That was like a great scene for me. I was like, I love this
Doesn't
woman.
does Carol set them on fire?
Yeah, that's the two people who they were calling for backup. They called them into the room and then
Yeah,
she
that's
throws the cigarette on the ground.
crazy.
Yeah. Also, yeah, Carol was chain smoking for a while before that. I was like, why all of a sudden is she like going at it with these cigarettes, all like foreshadowing leading up to her setting these dudes on fire, I guess.
Uh huh.
So that was, yeah. And
Um,
then
just
I
real
think one
quick.
more episode after that is where I stopped.
Let me just real quick on
Mhm.
one of the episodes. Tara and Heath leave on a supply run. They take an RV. Do you remember that happening?
I remember them talking about it. I don't remember them actually doing it.
Okay, well, they leave with an RV, and
Mm-hmm.
in what is called the storyline that The Walking Dead forgot, you're not gonna see them for another 2 seasons.
What? Tara is gone for 2 seasons?
I think it's either 2 seasons or it's like a season and a half, but it's a long time. A long time. To the point that when you
Wow.
finally catch up with them, it has to do like a little bit of a recap of like, remember when these people left? This is where they've
Oh my
been for
god.
the last few months at this point.
I'm not gonna lie, it would have slipped my mind. I probably wouldn't have thought about it unless you mentioned it, because I
You're
totally forgot that
gonna
they
forget about
left.
it again.
And I know that Tara and Denise was becoming like one of my favorite characters, which
Oh,
is the girl who became the doctor after what's his face got killed.
doesn't she have like a panic attack because they go into like the chemist or something and there's like the dead kid?
Oh yeah, that was sad. That was like her first time being out since like things got really bad, I think. That's what she said.
She has one of the most iconic deaths in the entire show, though.
I was so sad.
It's so
Why do
iconic,
people
though.
I know. Especially because she's like saying all these nice things about them, and then she's still
Yeah.
talking as the arrow's like in her fucking face.
You can see her
And she's
brain
trying
like
to finish
slowly
the
shut
sentence,
down.
and she's like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, she's dead."
Yeah.
And it's that motherfucker from the fucking forest,
Your
that
best mate
dickhead.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
so where are you up
that's
to
the end
now?
of it.
What's the final bit that you watched?
They ran off, and Denise is dead.
No, like after like the array attack. What happens after like they've attacked the saviors at the satellite array and they didn't need to rescue Maggie and Carol because they rescued
Right.
themselves. What happens after that? You said you watched one more episode.
Yeah, that was them on the run.
Oh
I don't know
right,
what happens after
okay.
that. What happens?
I don't know. I'm looking now.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that was the episode with Denise.
uh, who the fuck is Tobin?
Tobin.
Who's
Tobin is the guy
Tobin?
that Carol kisses, isn't it? Is that not right?
Oh, oh, okay.
They make out a little bit, but like then she's like, "No, I can't do this because you're gonna die."
Yeah, I have no idea like what
Bro, every
episodes
time
you're on or
Daryl
what
gets a
you've got
friend,
left.
every time Daryl gets a friend that's not part of the group, they die horribly in front of him.
Yeah, that is true.
Sad.
Have you found the ammunition place?
No.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out like where you are in the fucking season. So you've got a couple of
Go ahead.
episodes left. No, no, it's not a spoiler. It's
Yeah.
not a spoiler.
Yeah, I do have a couple episodes left of that season, but then I will be on
Oh,
to season 7.
oh.
Oh, and then they did that thing in with Carol and Maggie where they're like, "We're all Negan," with some bullshit because I know that Negan's an actual person, but they're pulling that.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's Negan. We're all Negan. Okay.
And Negan's my favorite character. I can't wait for you to meet him.
Can't believe he's your favorite.
I love him so much. I love him.
You're a sucker for the villains.
I am. And I don't know. I think Jeffrey Dean Morgan is brilliantly cast.
Oh, also, okay. Well, I was
What?
gonna actually say it when he came up in the show and I was talking about him, but since we're talking about him now,
Yeah, yeah.
that guy is the same guy who played the father of the Winchesters in Supernatural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
Maggie's
know
in
that.
Supernatural.
I saw him like in like a because I was like looking on Netflix because I that's where The Walking Dead is, and Supernatural comes up on the title screen sometimes when the
Isn't he in The
um
Boys?
screensaver is going. He is, yeah.
He's in Shameless as well. He plays Fiona's um God, who's the fucking like the parole guy that she ends up fucking? He plays him in like one episode in like one of the season finales, and then he gets recast because he had to leave for The Walking Dead.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, he's there
Yeah,
like right
I
after
don't
she
remember
gets out
that.
of prison for the whole coke thing.
Oh, yeah.
I know that You finished Shameless, which is something that I didn't manage to do.
I did.
You say in an whatever, an exhausted tone.
It should have ended when Fiona left the show. Sorry.
It should have ended when fucking Frank got kidney damage or whatever it was, liver failure.
He
Instead
should have
of giving
died.
him another liver and continuing the show for 6 more seasons.
Yeah. Definitely not the right move. He should have died.
We're not gonna deep dive into Shameless. We've got to talk about some comic books, Ryan.
Oh, yay.
We do have to at some point. We've got comic books for the rest of the podcast. We've got a shit ton to talk about before we get on to the custom teams. Just very briefly, because I don't want to do too much about it until the film comes out. But what do you think of Superman so far?
I think I have hope for it
I
to be
feel
a
like
good film. Like I'm probably gonna go.
we've not brought it up. We've not spoken about it or anything.
I'm gonna go see it in theaters. So hopefully it doesn't disappoint me.
Are you gonna go see both Superman and Fantastic Four?
Probably.
They're branding it as like, even though they're 2 weeks apart, they're doing like a Barbenheimer super fantastic thing, which I actually think is kind of cool because a lot
That's
of the
funny.
fans are making it quite tribal, like DC versus Marvel.
Right.
But Pedro Pascal's been sharing like a lot of super fantastic stuff on his story, and I don't know.
Oh,
I think it's good to. We should just be happy that there's a Fantastic Four film and a Superman film in the exact same month.
yeah.
When has that happened
Like
before?
that's such a treat. Especially
Exactly.
like a promising DC film. We don't get a lot of those. So like if two films, if a Marvel film and a DC film could be good in the same month, that would be
Yeah.
insane. That would
One
be
thing,
crazy.
one thing I do want to ask you, and I don't know. I know I mention it a lot to you. I don't really know how much you give a shit or how much like you look into it, like whenever it pops up in the news or whatever. But do
Hmm.
you think Fantastic Four is gonna make a profit when it comes to how much money it's making? I think Superman's pretty safe. I think Superman's clearing
Yeah.
600. The Batman got to like 730 million, I think it was. I think
Nice.
Superman will do very, very similar to what the Batman did. But the Fantastic Four, they are following Captain America and Thunderbolts, which did not
Right.
clear 400 million.
Dang.
They did not really make much of a profit, if any.
Dang.
Do you
I mean,
reckon
yeah, I don't
Pedro can do it?
I wish that he could. I like hope for it. I just don't know like the realities of it if it's actually gonna happen. It's hard to say. I think people are really kind of like disillusioned with Marvel right now. So it's very
Yeah.
easy that people will go see the Superman movie and don't bother with the Fantastic Four one until it comes out on digital.
Yeah. What about
I don't know.
what
I
about
go on
Doom?
$5 movie day, so I'll go whenever.
Do you think we're seeing Doom?
In the Fantastic Four,
Whether it's like,
um,
they did additional filming recently after they started production on Doomsday. So it's highly possible that they could have filmed, a couple of extra scenes or just an end credit scene or something with like
I
RDJ actually in it.
yeah, I would put money on like an end credit scene.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be in the film. I think they would have probably teased Doom in the trailers to like get people hyped for it if he was in the movie. I think they're using Thanos as that kind of hype villain.
Yeah.
So but I wouldn't put it past them to put him in a trailer, especially since yeah, that's like the next big thing.
I said to a friend before, like after the whole Hulk scenario with Cap 4, I would really, really love to go see the Fantastic Four and find out that not only is RDJ Doom in it, but like he's got like entire scenes in the film, not as like a massive player, but like just something substantial to tie him to like that universe so that we get something, and they've just not like nobody knows about it. Like it somehow hasn't leaked. They've not put it in trailers like it's an actual surprise for once. that something big is in that film, but it seems like they're concealing what Galactus actually looks like, which I guess is going to be
Yeah.
their big reveal, which I'm still happy about.
Yeah, I don't know that Doom would add much to that story. Yeah.
I'd
He
just
might take
like to
away from it more than
see.
that.
Yeah, that is true. I'd just like to see like a bit of his origins. Like, what is if
Yeah.
he's from that universe? Like, what is he? Is he like a Tony Stark kind of rich mechanic creator character? Is he the classic ruler of Latveria, or I
Yeah.
just like a little bit, just a tad. I'm not gonna get it though, because it's the
Probably
Russos.
not. Yeah.
It's gonna be boom.
They
Here he
love
is.
to pretend.
Give me your teams. Give me your teams.
Oh, already?
Already. Which ones do you want to? Because I've got two teams. You've got five. Do you want to bounce back and forth, or do you want to do all yours at once, or what?
We should bounce back and forth.
Okay, so the premise was I want you to make your own collection of teams, and they've got to be like I don't know. I didn't really specify if they're based off of like the MCU or the comics, but I'm just assuming they're based off of like a combo of both.
Yeah.
Do you want to read out which teams I asked you to do? Because I've forgotten.
You had me do the Illuminati, the main Avengers team, the X-Men, the Young Avengers or Champions, which
Hmm.
are two separate teams, but we put them together for the sake of this.
Yeah.
And then the Cabal, which is
Okay.
a group of villains.
So we'll go like you do two of yours, I'll do one of mine. You do two of yours, I'll do one of mine, and then we'll finish on yours. So do you want to start with your X-Men? Who is your team of like assembled X-Men, like your dream team of X-Men?
Okay. So to lead the team, I would have Storm because I love Storm, and I think that she could be a good leader. I feel like they don't let her be a good leader. I feel like she could be. I also think she. I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, but I think when they did the giant size X-Men, which is where they brought in like Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and a
Uh
couple
huh.
of others
I've read that one.
for the first time, I'm pretty sure she was the leader there. So
I
she should be the
definitely
leader.
skim read the Krakoa part of that one.
Yeah. Anyway, I also would have to have Nightcrawler on my team, obviously,
Obviously.
because I love Nightcrawler. And then Rogue, because I love Rogue. I also think
Obviously.
she's like a really powerful character. So she'd be very helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, just against anyone,
She
she'd be
levels
the
them
most
up to
helpful.
like Avengers level of power.
Yeah. Also on like in my like grouping of powerful people, I'd have Colossus because I
Ooh.
think that he's a good tank. And Beast, not just for his power, I do think he's really strong and like he's a good fighter, but I also would help him for his he's usually the doctor.
Yeah, yeah, the science
So I
guy.
feel like that's yeah, and the science guy, so I feel like that's very important to have.
Uh-huh.
Um and I'd also have Forge when we talk about like the science cuz
Ooh.
he's really like he can literally create anything that he thinks of
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he can see the schematics of things that he invents like in his head. So he's like really helpful in that aspect. So I'd have him on the team. And then a couple of like more like street level people, I'd have Gambit,
Uh-huh.
Psylocke, and Iceman.
Ooh. I wasn't
Because like I
expecting
kind of like
Psylocke.
ice powers. I like Psylocke. I think that she's pretty cool. Honestly, I don't know much about Psylocke, so I can't like really speak on her character, but I think that her power set is really cool and useful.
I can't believe
And then
you've
I also
benched
have Jean Grey.
Cyclops.
Huh?
You've completely benched Cyclops.
Yes, I don't like him.
Oh my
But
god.
I do still want Jean Grey on my team.
Me sat playing with my Cyclops figure while you're talking about the X-Men and you don't like him.
Hey,
Awful.
you didn't make your X-Men team,
I
so you can't
know.
even come
Well,
over here and talk to
okay.
me
No, no,
about
no,
it.
no, 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 no. Wait a second. Oh no, I deleted the page. It doesn't matter. I had made like a bit of one, but it wasn't very good. I
It's
had
fine
extra
if
on
it's
there that I
not good.
didn't. Yeah, but I
You
put
just need to power
Wolfsbane
through.
on there, and I don't even know who the fuck Wolfsbane is.
I don't either.
I think they're just a werewolf.
Okay. That's
God.
so funny.
I do. I like Storm being the leader though, because I feel like she was set up to be the leader in the films, like in the original trilogy, but she never. They never did much with her, but like Charles always spoke to her as if she was meant to lead the X Men after he died.
Yeah, not even lead the X-Men. I think he wanted her to like lead the whole school.
Yeah, yeah,
Like be headmistress, which I think she would be great at. I
yeah.
think
She
she
would.
should lead the X-Men first and then be headmistress, but
Why not both? She could do both.
she could do both. She could do both.
She needs a full time job to fund the X Men.
Yeah,
That being
that's
said, though,
true.
teachers don't get paid a lot.
No.
And is wait, who
But they're a
does?
boarding school. They're a boarding school, so the well, I guess no, they're a boarding school for a lot of orphans, so the parents probably aren't paying for them to
Yeah,
go.
who funds the X Men then?
Charles Xavier, he's like rich, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but if he's dead, then
I
like
think they
what
just get
happens?
all it. He like probably leaves in his will. He's like,
Oh yeah,
you guys get to just keep it and like keep all my
yeah,
like. He's not
yeah.
gonna take his money with him to the grave.
You can use. Here's a list of my streaming device logins. You can have my Netflix account, my Disney Plus. He's like, Scott, you can you can have my Pornhub membership
You're gonna,
because Jean's ditched you for Wolverine for like the 80th time,
or she's just dead.
or she's just dead.
She's always dead, and then she
Yeah.
comes back, and then she's dead
And then
again.
there's a clone of her, and it's evil,
Yeah,
and woo, Mister
Madeline.
Sinister's here.
Whoa, Mr. Sinister's here.
You cut
Whoa,
out for a
watch
second there,
out,
and you
that
just
fucking
you
guy.
went what? Whoa. Okay.
I hate Mr. Sinister. I'm sorry.
I don't really know enough about him to be fair, but
He's the gayest character I've ever seen in
it
my
is the
life.
X Men.
That's
Who's?
true.
Let's do your next team. I kind of want to hear your Young Avengers and your Champions. I am a Young Avengers fan. I feel like I'm gonna
Okay.
have some strong opinions on. Also, I want to read the Champions at some point, and a lot of people give the Champions run shit, but I feel like I'm quite open when it comes to comic books, so I'll let you know how that one goes.
All right. I mean, I might want to read it too, yeah, so just
It
definitely
is
let me know.
the yeah, it is the continue. It's like the modern day Young Avengers anyway. So hit me with your Young Avengers slash
Okay.
Champions.
I do have to say, as a warning, I did pick 10. You told
Nope.
me to pick like 6 to 8, and
Holy
I
shit.
could not whittle it down.
Okay, that's fine.
But so first, I would have Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel,
Do they have team
because I love
roles?
her. Not really.
You don't have like. Do you have a
It's
leader?
sort of like okay. I feel like Miss Marvel like could be a
She's the
leader
Nick
with the help
Fury
of
of them.
like Kate Bishop,
Okay.
maybe. But I don't know.
Okay.
That's just
We'll not get into the details about it. You don't. You haven't got that far, so it's fine.
it's more like a play date, kind of situation. So,
It's your archive of our own fan fiction, is what you're
oh
saying.
no. Yeah.
God.
Anyway, so Miss Marvel would
Yeah.
be is the first in line.
And I'm guessing
And
Kate
then
Bishop.
and Kate Bishop is there too,
Yeah.
yeah. I also did add Eli Bradley,
Oh, okay.
which I I like him. I think okay. I didn't like his character in the original Young Avengers. I felt like he had more potential.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they were to put him in something in like
Actually do something with him.
if I were to write it,
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
were to write it, he'd probably be a lot better. So
Uh-huh.
I feel like his character would be helpful. Did I say America Chavez already?
You didn't, but you have now.
Okay, America Chavez is definitely on my team
Of
because why
course.
would she not be? She's wonderful.
She loves
And
punching
then
things.
so these are like kind of regular. Like I also have Cassie Lang as Stature and Wiccan and Hulkling, which are like kind of the regular Young Avengers. I liked all of them. Keep
Yeah.
all of them, okay? But I also have a couple extras.
Oh, here we go.
I added Nova, Sam Alexander, because
Uh-huh.
I felt like I don't know, they needed they needed more space
Yeah.
aspects in their team to
He
be
is
like a
on the
Young Avengers.
champions.
Is he? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
perfect. And then I did add Miles Morales Spider-Man
Okay.
just because I want to see him in
That
this situation.
I think he's also on the champions, to be fair.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I need to read it. I need to read it now.
I want to. You
You're not.
keep going. Let me see if there's anybody else that's on the champions.
There's only one left, and it's Polaris.
Oh, okay. That's the plot twist one, because otherwise the rest of them are
Yeah.
just the Young Avengers and the champions anyway.
Yeah. So hey, I did good,
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
are. You have mentioned before that you're like a you like Polaris out of the Maximoffs, don't you?
Yes, but it makes sense when we do my Avengers team. I can explain a little bit more because
Okay.
I feel like the Young Avengers kind of also do go off of a little bit of the Avengers, but it's only some of them. It's not all of them that have like a connection there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do my Illuminati, and then you can do your Illuminati, because I don't want to do my Avengers yet, because I've actually put thought into that one.
Okay.
My Illuminati is a little bit more thrown together, I think. Um, so I'm going based off of the idea that there's got to be like a secret, what would you call it? Like a secret gathering of people that are like trying to not necessarily overrule, but hold up, I've pressed. Oh, there we go. I pressed something on my fucking computer and it went full screen. I couldn't get out of it. My fucking bars and everything just vanished. I'm going off the idea of like the new Avengers run of there's a group of people that are operating in secret that are trying to protect the world separate from whatever agenda the Avengers are pushing.
Yeah.
So, God, and some of these I think you're gonna not like. One of them in particular. So I've got Tony Stark, who
Mhm.
obviously is like your funding guy. You've got to have Tony
Yeah.
Stark in there. I've then got Blade to kind of represent the underworld supernatural side of the MCU. I've
Interesting.
got Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, because I didn't want to have Mr. Fantastic because he was on the other Illuminati. I've got
That would be very interesting.
I've got not Emma Stone, but her best mate Emma Frost
That is crazy.
representing the X-Men, because I
Okay.
love the idea that she's the head of the
You're
table.
gonna be so. Oh my god.
We're not on to the bad one yet. I've got Captain Carter because I love Peggy Carter. She's just
Okay.
brilliant, and I think you need like a Captain America, like goody two shoes on the Illuminati to balance out.
Yeah.
So just a quick recap: Tony Stark, Invisible Woman, Emma Frost, Captain Carter, and Blade, and then the last one, Ultron.
Okay.
That's my controversial one because I just think it would be like a Namor situation.
Interesting.
I wanted to throw in like a wild card. You know,
Yeah.
he's useful, but he could turn on us at any moment and ruin everything.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to hit me with yours?
I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Go on
Okay.
then.
You're gonna find this funny
I
because
am.
I did mine also based on the new Avengers because that's the only thing I've seen from Illuminati.
Yeah.
But I did them based on the stones that they would carry each.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that would be like that kind of was important to the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the funny part is that the Mind Stone is first, and guess who I had as the Mind Stone's Emma
Uh.
Frost.
We both think Emma
So
Frost deserves to be on the Illuminati.
yeah, and I was also the avenue of the X-Men where she like would like be between them and the Illuminati, like have their best interest in heart,
Yeah.
like all mutants, not just the X-Men, because she's not like beholden to the X-Men.
Yeah, I think
But
she would be really good at it.
yeah, but I also have the Soul Stone, which I had Vision as the person who would have that one.
Uh huh.
So kind of interesting that you had Ultron, but
Yeah, two sides of the same coin.
and then I kept Black Bolt for the Inhumans, and I gave him the Space Stone,
Okay.
and I kept T'Challa with the Power Stone,
Mm-hmm.
because I like T'Challa. I think Black Panther was a great addition to the Illuminati. I know he didn't want to be a part of it, but I
Oh,
definitely felt like he was needed.
yeah, he was brilliant.
And then we have the Reality Stone next, and I chose Wanda Maximoff
Of course.
as the person who would hold that one, and she kind of like instead of Doctor Strange, she would be the
Yeah.
one there. And then the last stone is the Time Stone, and for that one, I have chosen Doctor Doom.
I knew I could remember that you asked if you could if you could put Doctor Doom on the Illuminati. And I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, of course you fucking can. That's a brilliant idea.
and it's gonna make sense later too, but I do feel like he would have the best interest of the Earth at heart because he wants to rule the world. So he doesn't
That
want
is
anyone else
true.
to take over. And
Yeah.
he doesn't want it to be destroyed because he
Oh my
wants to rule the
god.
world. So
That's
he is
hilarious.
useful in that aspect, you know?
Okay, what other two teams did you have? The
The
Avengers
Avengers
and
and the Cabal.
okay, so you tell me your Cabal and we'll finish on the Avengers.
Okay, it's good that we're starting with that because my first leader of the Cabal is also Doctor Doom because he's
Wow.
on the Illuminati. So I
Yeah.
figured he would be an avenue into the villains as well.
Yep.
And with Doctor Doom, I have chosen Loki
Yep.
to join him and Mephisto.
Oh.
I have also chosen Thanos
Okay.
and Apocalypse
And
because that's an
Apocalypse.
yes, that's an X-Men villain.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
also another X-Men villain that I don't know, Onslaught.
Oh, I have no idea.
He is like a psychic entity that was created from the minds of Charles Xavier and Magneto, but he's
Oh.
like all rage and hate.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a really interesting like thing they have to face. I read it during he was there during the Way of X that I read,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was like in the minds of all of the mutants on Krakoa, just like in like when they would die, he was like in between their death and their resurrection,
Yeah.
and he was like causing all this bad stuff to happen on. So I don't know. He was very interesting, a very interesting character, and also a really powerful character. So I put him in there too, and then that was my whole cabal.
Nice. I said that I made like a little picture that I want to send you before I explain why I chose the people that I
Okay.
chose. My Avengers, I chose 8 members of my Avengers, and I put so much thought into this, it's insane. I wanted to go with the same idea that you did, where it's like they're all kind of bouncing off of each other, but I tried to instead, because I didn't really have time because I've been working and shit. I just went with like, what can I imagine them actually doing an Avengers run, like on based off of these characters and shit. So my Avengers are being led by Doctor Doom. They are
Oh
my Doom
wow.
Avengers, which is why
What?
I thought it was funny when you said he was on both the Illuminati and the Cabal, because I was like, yeah, he'd probably be on two of my teams at the same time. I'm gonna send you the picture now.
Wow.
But yeah,
Your Doom Avengers.
they would be called the Doom Avengers, I would assume, and they operate out of Doom, like Castle Doom. So we've got Doctor Doom.
The Avengers of Doom.
Sure. So we've got Doctor Doom, who is the funder and leader of the Avengers, but he wouldn't be out on the battlefield. He's purely like in his castle operating them. We've got
Interesting.
team leader of the Avengers taking the Captain America role, Hulkling, but I wouldn't be calling him Hulkling. I'd be calling him Emperor Doric because that's his name it's his
Oh,
birth name. I'm ditching Hulkling as a name. Fuck that
okay.
name.
It is kind of
Uh,
a strange name.
yeah, he's gonna be. Oh, I don't. They could call
It
him
would
like
get kind of
Skrull
confusing.
King
I
or
see who else
something.
you have back there. Scroll King? That's kind of interesting.
They could call him so many cool things, and they
Yeah.
stick with Hulkling. But anyway, so then we've got X-23, who is our mutant representative. But I really like the idea of her merging and having chemistry with Kate Bishop, who I've got on there. X-23, Kate Bishop, and Bucky from like the Spec Ops side of the Avengers. Bucky's there because like he's basically got no choice. He's being used by the government. He doesn't want to like work
Wow.
for Doom, but he's got no choice. It's for the
Huh.
greater good.
It was weird that you had Bucky there and then you said that Hulkling was going to be your leader.
No,
I was
they're
kind of
like Hulkling's the team leader in like a Captain America kind of way, and
right.
the Winter Soldier is the Winter Soldier of the group. He does like all of the nasty spec ops, like infiltrating places and all that sort of stuff. So we've got
Hulkling's like the
Wiccan.
face of it.
We've got Wiccan, who's the Sorcerer Supreme of our group.
Oh,
Because they tease that a little bit in the comics, that he might become Sorcerer Supreme at some point, but fuck it, we're going
right.
with it.
I
I put
like it.
on Speed because we never get speedsters on the Avengers. What?
Marvel does not know how to write speedsters.
No, they're shit at it. And they're so
They just
cool.
don't use them at this point. Like they literally just will write them out of the story.
So I thought it would be neat to have like, and Speed can build up explosive energy when he runs. I feel like that would be
Oh,
really useful.
yeah,
He's
that's
like
cool. I didn't
a
know that.
running missile. And then in the background, we've got the totally awesome Hulk, Amadeus Cho, who would be
Yeah.
like our
Oh wow.
science powerhouse guy. And I really like the idea that Bucky would keep commenting on how green branded the Avengers are. Because they've got two green guys, all their outfits are green, and they're being led by Doom.
That is crazy.
The entire time, Bucky would just be like, I fucking hate green.
You can't get me to change to green.
He has like a little green star on his arm that's like been spray painted on while he's asleep.
Yeah, it's spray painted over the red one.
Yeah, someone's like doodled it
Badly
on.
painted.
But yeah, I tried to pick like people that would like make sense, I guess, based off of their comic runs and shit. Because I feel like they don't mix up the Avengers team enough.
That's true. They
So
don't.
hit
And
me
I
with
didn't.
yours.
I didn't mix it up that much.
I'm expecting Captain America, Iron Man 4, the Hulk, Doctor Strange.
Well, it's not that basic, okay? I do have Captain America on there, but it's not Steve Rogers. It is Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Ooh.
And he is the leader, and I do think that they need to give him an Avengers team to lead.
Yep. True.
And he starts like the more like street level Avengers where they're fighting like the kind of the regular Earth stuff with the regular
Yeah.
people. So him, I also have Jessica Drew, Spider Woman for that
God, I thought
team.
you were gonna say Jessica Jones then.
That would be great.
It'd be
No,
wild.
I pick Spider Woman.
Okay.
She's been on the Avengers team, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
She was a really
and
prominent member of
then
them.
yeah, and then I have T'Challa, Black Panther, who's also on the Illuminati.
Yep.
Um, he was like one of my favorite Avengers growing up, so he has to be on my team. I also with that I have Quake, Daisy
Oh
Johnson
yeah.
as mostly because that's like the only other besides like the like royal line of Inhumans. That's like the only other Inhuman I know.
Uh huh.
The of Agents of Shield show,
Yeah, yeah.
and as like I guess I wasn't going over this, but Captain America would have been like Eli Brad. Obviously, Spider Woman would have been Miles' kind of mentor, quote unquote.
Oh,
Quake was
okay.
gonna
Yeah, yeah.
be like Miss Marvel's mentor because I know that they're starting to make her a mutant, but I really like her Inhuman storyline. So I feel like I would keep that storyline and have her and Quake have sort of like a mentor mentee relationship.
Yeah.
Um, and then with that, I have Wasp, who would be Stature's kind of mentor.
Yeah.
And so that would be like my street level. I guess Scarlet Witch would also be involved in that. I did put Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch on there, who obviously would be Wiccan's mentor,
Yeah, yeah.
his mom. I don't know. She's kind of street level, but she's also super powerful. So it's kind of like a. But
She's
my
like
other like,
weirdly not that powerful in the comics though. Like at least compared
yeah,
to she is when they need her to be for like a certain story,
yeah.
like fucking House of M. But like she's nowhere near the MCU levels, which is strange.
And I feel like they never give her real control over her powers. Like it's always like she just has this ability, but she doesn't know how to control it,
Well,
and that's what like makes her
it's
dangerous.
the same with Wiccan though, isn't it? Because like he just fucking says what he wants, and somehow he can do it. And it's
Yeah.
never defined like what his powers are. He's just like, I want a force field, I want a force field, I want a force field.
Yeah.
Or when they're
That's a
like
bit hard
in
to figure out how to
Avengers,
control.
Young Avengers Presents, when he's like, find me Bucky Barnes, find me Bucky Barnes, find me Bucky
Yeah.
Barnes. It's
That was really
crazy.
funny. So that would like end my more street level, and then I have a couple that would be like sort of the Space Avengers.
Yeah.
With that, I got Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. She would like co-lead the Avengers during like space missions because Sam Wilson really wouldn't be going up into space. I mean, he could. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just saying he probably wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
And then with her, I had Thor and also Hyperion. I feel like those
Ooh.
three are pretty like they pack a pretty big punch.
And you've become quite a big Hyperion fan.
I did. I become a fan of him. That's true. After he got those kids, it
Yeah, the
melted
little
something in my
zebra
heart.
kids.
Yeah,
He's got the little children.
the little children. Yeah. Oh, and then also Captain Marvel would be kind of a mentee to Miss Marvel too, because I know that they do that because they like Captain Marvel, but also to Nova because
Yeah.
he's a space and he like she would know the Nova Corps and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like that would be a connection that he wouldn't be able to really pass it up.
It'd be really cool, like, in the build up to your Avengers team, because it's got so much correlation with the team that you chose for the Young Avengers and Champions. It would be cool if, like, if it actually existed, they did, like, a year of, like, Captain Marvel and Nova as, like, a little series, like,
Yeah.
showing their relationship. And then at the end of that series, obviously, like, they'd all run at the same time, so you'd get, like, your I can't remember another one of the pairings off the top of my like Quake and
Well, I
Miss
didn't
Marvel.
mention it, and I didn't mention it, but Wanda and Polaris would have been one.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like
That's why Polaris was on there.
having that like Scarlet Witch and Polaris like series running alongside, and then like at the final issue in that series is all them getting like recruited into each team would be pretty sick.
Yeah. It might be a little weird for Wiccan to have his aunt the on the team with him.
I don't know what the age gap is like between them.
Well, for the sake of this, it's not very large.
That's fine though. I
I
think
was
like
also
he never ages anyway. He's like always
yeah,
18.
that's true. Neither does any other character. Like
Well, yeah, true.
I was also gonna put Magneto on my Illuminati, but I figured that Vision fit better for the Soul Stone. I couldn't figure out like a stone that
I
he would be
also
able to
had
have.
Magneto on my Illuminati. On my Illuminati. I was gonna say Cabalban, but no, I had him on my Illuminati.
Oh man, he would be good on it. I just
Yeah, he
couldn't think of
would.
a place for him.
I think he was where my Captain Carter placement was, but I needed a Captain
Yeah.
America equivalent. There we go. We got our teams.
I'm
Um,
happy with mine.
I'm I'm happy with my Avengers, just because I'd actually read that comic book series. I don't know. My fucking Illuminati was like bundled together with shit and string.
Yeah.
Just throw
A
all of
hope and a
them in there to
dream.
scare you. God. So, the last thing that we've got to cover is so you're still doing the build up to Secret Wars, and then after that, have you decided if you're gonna do Civil War 2?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Okay. So after Civil War 2, or like round I think maybe round about the same time, I'm not sure, but I know like sort of it happened in 2016 Civil War 2. I think maybe Devil's Reign was 2017. But you've got like Civil War 2, Devil's Reign, which is the big Daredevil Mayor Fisk Kingpin event. And then I don't know what happens in between there, but I've hit Empire. And I wanted to tell you about
Oh, wow.
Empire, and then you can, if you want to read it, I will sort you out like a reading order for it.
Okay.
So, Empire, which I've only done what is considered like the road to Empire. Also, like, spoiler alert, I guess if you don't want to know anything at all, but like what I'm going to tell you is not going to be like a spoiler for you. I guess it's just like,
Okay.
it's a warning for anybody else that doesn't want to know anything.
Yeah.
So, the entire event is like the Avengers versus the Skrull slash Kree coalition led by Hulkling, with like the
Interesting.
Fantastic Four thrown in between. And the Fantastic Four are like the classic members with Franklin and Valeria there. It's my first time reading anything with the kids in. Like, and they, like, after Secret Wars anyway. And they're really fucking cool. They've got so much personality. It's really great. Um, and I read one. There's a they do like a Road to Empire Hulkling issue, which I think is like the first time he's ever got his own dedicated comic. And he goes to a gay club on Krakoa,
Oh my gosh.
and it's got, which I won't go into details too much about it, but it's got Professor X on the stage, and he's got like a little gay badge thing on his helmet.
Oh my god.
And I can't remember what he says, but he says like something quite inclusive. And I don't know, it was a very wholesome moment seeing like Hulkling go to a gay club with he goes with Prodigy and Tommy, which is kind of cool because Tommy still hates everybody, and he's like just. There's a point in it where like Prodigy and Hulkling are talking, and it shows you
Didn't they
Tommy.
kiss?
Yeah.
They actually have all kissed, haven't they?
Uh, Tommy hasn't kissed Teddy,
Oh yeah, I guess they would have to
but
kiss
like Prodigy's had a go with
next.
both of them.
Yeah.
But like while they're talking, Tommy's like talking in the background, and it's got this huge bubble, and it's just like slightly faded out, and it's just him rambling about his origins and how fucking pissed off he is with life, and just it's really fucking funny. Like if you read the entire thing. He's like, oh, remember that time that we got turned into hands by like a demon? And
Oh my god. Turned into hands.
yeah, that's their origins. They were like little baby hands for like a demon of
Oh
Mephisto or
shit.
whatever. Um, so yeah, the whole premise is that like the Skrull and the Kree have formed an alliance, and they need a leader to go up against this like ancient race that they used to feud with. Because like the origins of like the Skrull Kree war is that like the Skrulls came along and offered the two races of the Kree's home planet of Hala, who were the Kree and like I think they're called like the Coatelli or something, but the Bush babies, the Bush boys,
Oh.
the little bushy fellas, they're little nature guys. They're like little trees that
Full
walk
bush.
around.
The full bush boo.
The
The
full
full bush boys.
the full Bush boys. So the Skrulls came along and were like, okay, who like we're gonna give you a load of technology and shit, and whoever can like advance more can basically be like the most dominant race. Whoever can do the
Oh
most
wow.
impressive thing, and the full Bush babies end up not full Bush babies, the full Bush boys, the full Bush boys end up like I think they become like a peaceful race, which impresses the Skrulls more, which pisses off the Kree. So the Kree wage war on the Bush boys and try
Oh my
and kill
god.
them and like send them underground and shit. So then fast forward, and the Skrull and the Kree now need to form an alliance because the Bush boys are back and they don't like them. Not for some reason,
Well,
none of them like them.
well,
So they
I can think of a
fucking
few reasons.
they, they kidnap Teddy and are like, "Look, you've got to be our fucking emperor."
Oh
And
god.
and Wiccan's like, I'm just gonna let you do your thing, and you can sort it out on your own. And if you need me, just give me a call. And he leaves, and then like 2 minutes later, they get attacked, and Wiccan's got to come back and help.
Oh my god.
But
He was
then,
ready to do long distance. He was like, it's time for us to have some time apart.
yeah, they were already doing long distance. He's like, look, I don't want to get involved in any of this politic bullshit.
That's
And
valid.
they like the Kree and the Skrull evidently don't like Billy either. They're like, we don't want this fucking meat sack on our ship. They're like,
I know.
we don't want him. So the Fantastic Four at this point are like off on this planet, and they go to a casino with the kids. Like they're just investigating. I can't remember why, but they're investigating something at this casino, and they're like, kids, stay outside, whatever. Obviously, they
Yeah.
don't. They get into some shit, and they like end up winning money and whatever.
How are they allowed into the casino?
I don't know. I'm not sure. They're just really smart. But they do some hijinks and whatever. I won't spoil it for you because it's actually quite a good comic. But the Fantastic Four end up like kind of intercepting the Skrull and the Kree alliance led by Hulkling that are like charging towards the moon. And on the moon are the Bush Boys with the Avengers, and the Bush Boys have said, look, we need your help. You're the Avengers. We're going to get under attack because the Skrull and the Kree are on their way. And you see a
Oh god.
fight between the Avengers and the Skrull and the Kree. And I shit you not, one of the best comic panels I've ever seen in my life, Ryan. Thor hurdles Mjolnir at Hulkling's ship. Hulkling blocks Mjolnir with his sword, and it looks amazing. I'll send you the panel because it's sick.
Is that even allowed?
I mean, Hulkling's got a really powerful sword, so I guess.
Oh, oh my god.
It's so cool looking, and I'm like, oh my god, they've leveled him up so much. But yeah, then it is revealed, which it's not a spoiler because this is the whole point of the event. The Bush Boys are not nice anymore. They're not peaceful.
I didn't think so.
No, the Bush Boys are not. They're under new leadership, and the new leadership ain't good. It ain't the old leadership. It ain't the old regime. It's the new
Well,
regime. So now,
listen. When you get attacked and you get forced underground,
yeah.
you're not going to want to be peaceful anymore, okay? It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of going to come back with a vengeance.
It has been like all of the Road to Empire stuff so far has been really, really good, and I'm gonna do like with Civil War. I only did like the main story, which was like the original like 7 or 8 issues or whatever. With this one, I'm doing like a Secret Wars thing where I read every single tie-in.
Oh,
It's like 30 or 40 issues, I think, so it's still not as much as Secret Wars, but
well, that's, yeah.
I need to
That's good at
know
least.
what is happening here. It's like the biggest development for Hulkling, and he's overtaken Wiccan as my favorite I almost said MCU as my favorite Marvel character.
Okay, he's not in the MCU yet.
Not yet. Secret Wars. He'll be there.
You think so?
I do have a feeling. Yeah, they've got a habit of debuting, like future characters in like actual Avengers films as opposed to like the solo ones. Like Vision was
Yeah.
in Age of Ultron, Scarlet Witch and
True.
well, not Quicksilver, but Black Panther was in the Avengers Light Civil War film with Spider-Man. I think
Interesting.
it would
Yeah,
be
I
a
didn't
good
think
way
about that.
to throw in Hulkling. But yeah, I'm really excited to like continue reading it. I think it's been pretty good so far, and I just went today to pick up Imperial, which is Jonathan Hickman's newest Cosmic Marvel event. It's meant to like revitalize Cosmic Marvel, and the premise
Oh,
is that somebody has been assassinated, and they have to find out who. Someone has killed like a political Cosmic Marvel figure, and it could be
mm.
anybody. It could be anybody, including
Oh, so we don't
Hulkling.
know who yet? That would be crazy. How pissed
Yeah.
would you be?
Well, I mean, as long as he don't die.
Well,
If he dies as Hulkling, I'll be pissed.
well, maybe they'll kill him as Hulkling, and then he'll be revived and have to go through a new like learning about himself so that he can come up with a new name.
I could maybe see that. There's a lot of people that do want them to do like something really dramatic with Hulkling and Wiccan because we can't have nice things for gay people. Um, a lot of people would like some angst and some drama. I'm like, no, just let them be Space Arthur and Merlin, please.
That
Why can't they just be gay in space together?
doesn't make for a good story.
But yeah, there we go. There we go. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Wow. I probably would want to read that. It sounds good.
It gives you like a full what is it called? Like a full summary of like the history between the Kree and the Skrull from like the old comics and stuff. It
Oh
catches you
wow.
up. Like I learned that Mantis is like the celestial. What is it? The fucking. She's like some ancient being or some shit.
What?
She's. I can't remember what her name is. It's like the celestial mother lord or something. I can't remember.
God.
Marvel Mantis.
So they got Star Lord
Celestial.
and Mother Lord.
Oh no no no! Mantis is the celestial Madonna,
Okay.
not the Mother Lord. She's the
Holy
celestial
shit.
Madonna,
Wow.
which I don't really
Why?
know.
I
I
don't
don't know what it
understand that.
means. Creation. I wanted someone to shake up the Avengers, so I came up with a femme fatale. But right after I did, also came up with the Avengers Defenders clash, and I needed to use my femme as a solid team leader.
Hmm.
The femme fatale became the Celestial Madonna, but there's no explanation as to what the fuck the Celestial Madonna is.
Just celestial.
But she has a kid with the swordsman.
What?
The same swordsman from the MCU hit show Hawkeye.
What? Mantis?
Yeah.
What?
You know that happy fella that just likes slashing
Why?
people?
Why would they do that?
I don't know. He's a lot like he's much more of a bigger deal in the comics, I guess, than the MCU have made him.
But he's got a sword. Why is he in space?
He's a space avenger.
What? I
Yep.
clearly don't know anything about this guy.
I'll be honest, neither do I.
Well,
I just know what I'm learning through Empire, which is he's a space avenger.
he has a kid with Mantis.
Yeah.